Hey there, everybody. We have got a lunar eclipse this week. A lunar eclipse in Aquarius on July 27th at 4 degrees Aquarius, and it will be visible in Europe, but not the United States. A lunar eclipse is created when we have a full moon in which the Earth gets in the way of the sun and the moon, and so the shadow of the Earth falls on the moon. So the full moon is eclipsed by the shadow of the Earth. Details on this eclipse is that it's a very tight eclipse conjunct the nodes, which means that it's more powerful. The last eclipse we had in Cancer was very loosely conjunct the nodes. In fact, it was in a different sign of Cancer instead of Leo. So this, by contrast, is very tight. The moon is also very close to Earth, which is making this a very long eclipse, adding to its power. As well, we've got Mars involved. Mars is conjunct the South Node, and Mars is retrograde. That means with this Mars energy, it's going to pull in your inner strength, and it's going to call us all to be very courageous. So this is halfway through the Mars retrograde because Mars is opposite the Sun, and Mars was conjunct one of the eclipses we had last summer. So Mars has been a very key player in all of these eclipses, these Leo Aquarius eclipses that we're having. And so once again, it's calling on your courage and your inner strength to see things through. Furthermore, we have the Sun and Moon square Uranus. Surprise! Uranus brings disruptions, bolts from the blue. It shakes things up. So eclipses usually shake things up and bring surprises, and so does Uranus. Uranus likes to blow out the circuits. So with this, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of big blackouts where circuits overload. Finally, since this is a South Node lunar eclipse, it's all about letting go. It's about letting go of the past, emotional attachments, what you thought you needed, the good opinions of other people, as Wayne Dyer used to say, since it's in Aquarius, and Aquarius kind of has to deal with the collective, and also of your subconscious patterns. So this is a biggie. This is the one that's going to rock and roll. So hang on, and let's see what the cards say. Also, this will also deal with family DNA, past lives, because all this Moon and South Node stuff this is all past life stuff that patterns that may go back centuries beyond your present lifetime. All right, now it's time for our lunar eclipse reading. So I've got the cards laid out according to the astrological chart. I kind of thought that might be the best way to do it, since there is so much astrology involved in this eclipse. And normally, as you know, I like to lay stuff out live time, but I'm so exasperated from messing with this camera that I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just laying it out because I had to do that to make sure everything was in the shot. So we're just going with it. Okay, so let's start with the moon, since it's a lunar eclipse. And interestingly enough, the moon came up for the card for the lunar eclipse. So we've got the moon conjunct the South Node, which is coming through as the Seven of Pentacles, and Mars, which is coming through as the Three of Swords. So, okay, so we have the moon. The moon is being the moon. The moon is talking about our past. The moon is talking about past lives. The moon is talking about subconscious beliefs. The moon is talking about feelings, deep-seated feelings, what we need, what we feel we need. And it can even be relationships. So we've got all that, emotional body type stuff coming up with the moon. It's conjunct here with the South Node, and the South Node is saying, I will sell no wine before it's time. So I think this theme of hurry up and wait is definitely appropriate in this eclipse. So I've called it the summer of hurry up and wait because we have all these retrograde planets and all this. So just know that we're in process with this eclipse, and that changes are taking place, even if they're not in the outer world, they're in the inner world. And so we're processing. We're not ready. It's as I don't know who it was, one of those wine commercials, I will sell no wine before it's time. So here we are, but we've got the transformation happening. Here with the Mars card, this Mars card is saying, a lot of times I see this can be disappointment, or this can be missing information with this Mars card. So Mars is retrograde. So Mars is on a mission to get a better perspective on something. And anytime we have retrograde planets, so it's the rewords. So it's like we need to rethink something, because with these swords, it's mental energy. It could even be a conflict. We need to rework a conflict. Something has yet to be revealed, and this 7 is kind of backing that up, that it's not time yet. So it may be painful, like I said, that we could certainly have outer changes with the eclipse that we're not happy about, but something is yet to be revealed here. So let's go over here to the Sun in the North Node, which opposes all of this over here with the Moon in the South Node of Mars. So for the Sun, we've got the Page of Cups. So this is, the Sun just went into Leo on Sunday. So we're now in Leo fest, thank goodness. So this Page of Cups is saying, be open to your emotions, be open to new relationships, go with the flow. Okay, so even though if something does happen that's shocking and upsetting and a change you didn't really want, go with the flow and be open to it. The North Node, once again, we're getting that something's not lined up, something's not right. This North Node that the 8 of Swords is saying, you got tunnel vision, and you're not quite able to go forward, or you're blind, since the North Future has something to do. Did I just say the North Future? Since the North Node has to do with our future, you're blind to it. You're blind. So, but it's not time to know. It's not quite time to know. We still haven't finished releasing over here because we're still working on missing information. So, just know that you don't know. Know that you don't know at this time, but be open. Know that you don't know. Be open. Okay, so we've got Uranus in the mix. So Uranus can throw in all kinds of surprises and unexpected changes. Eclipses do it too, as I said in the beginning part. So what we've got here is we've got the Chariot. So this is a good card. This is a good card. This makes me believe that if you do have any unexpected shakeups, reversals, bolts out of the blue, stuff that comes, it's going to be more on the positive end. Maybe it's bringing in this missing information. It's like, oh, I get it now, or oh, I know who I need to talk to, or oh, I know where I need to look, or you know what I mean, something like that. And so the Chariot card is about moving forward towards your success, and it's also about getting focused. So here it's like we don't have a focus because we're confused and lost. So Uranus is going to help with that. So be looking for anything that might happen. Like, for example, last night I was out and I saw a shooting star. That's kind of like an omen. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but be looking, because you're going to get an omen, you're going to get a download, you're going to get that flash of insight where you're like, I kind of see what the key is here, because this Chariot card is kind of a key card too. And I like, one of the things I like about the Chariot card is I feel like it's both a Leo and a Cancer card. Like, I kind of feel like it has to do with the sun at the highest point of the year here in the northern hemisphere. Anyway, it's like the Chariot that takes the sun across. So it's a very positive omen. Let's put it that way. Positive omen. Okay, so then the only planet that we haven't talked about, and I didn't talk about at the beginning, was Jupiter, because Jupiter is loosely square in Scorpio, so we've got a grand cross going here. But he's not quite on that 4. He's more like at 16 or something, I think, now. But we have to bring Jupiter into it. So, how is Jupiter playing into this? Well, this has to do with the 5 of Cups. You know, it has to do with disappointments. It has to do with not right timings, and it has to do with shaking things up too. We've got the 5s are shaking things up. So, you know, I would say with this, it's like there may be disappointments. You may be disappointed at this point. You know, it's time to let go of the disappointments, move toward what the new thing that you can open up to is, and then just know everything's cooking. Everything's cooking. So don't be that disappointed, because maybe it'll come back around. Who knows? It's that kind of an energy. So, you know, Jupiter is, since it is in Scorpio, it's like you're gonna have to accept the stuff you don't like. You're going to have to accept the stuff that doesn't make you happy. You're going to have to face the darkness. That's all the Scorpio stuff. And, you know, Scorpios have a hard time letting go. So this is like saying, if you're disappointed, let go. Just let go, move on, because that's what Jupiter wants you to do. So finally, I put a card for all of us in the middle, and this card is the Ace of Pentacles. So, you know, new things are afoot. New things are afoot. I think the key is to be open to them. But, you know, something wants to materialize. It's just not time yet. We got to kind of work on our focus. We have to know that everything's still cooking. We have to do this kind of deep inner work, you know, and then what you're hoping for, or what you need, or what you want to support you is getting ready to come through. So you might want to focus on that, like what can support me going forward. So that's my reading on this upcoming lunar eclipse in Aquarius. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, share this video, and please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.